Hello and welcome to Pathashala. Today we are going to explore a fascinating period of human history, prehistory. It's a time long before written records and before civilizations left us their stories in books or inscriptions. Instead, the stories of our distant ancestors are revealed through tools, artifacts, bones, and other physical remains. Let's take a deep dive into what prehistory is, its definition, and the scope of this important period. What is prehistory? Prehistory refers to the period of human history before written records were made. It's like a time capsule preserving the earliest stages of human existence but without the written words that we often use to document history today. It's an era that spans millions of years, long before the first written scripts like cuneiform in Mesopotamia or hieroglyphs in Egypt came into being. We can think of prehistory as the time before history, and it covers the entire period of human development, from the earliest ancestors of humans all the way through to the emergence of the first civilizations. Since this era is devoid of written language, it's reconstructed largely through archaeology, geology, and biological sciences. Why is prehistory important? You might wonder, why should we study a period when there were no written records or newspapers to give us a glimpse of the past? Well, prehistory is incredibly important because it allows us to understand the origins and evolution of human beings. By studying this era, we can trace how early humans survived, adapted, and evolved over thousands and millions of years. It also helps us understand the technological, cultural, and social foundations that laid the groundwork for the rise of civilization. From understanding early stone tools to learning how humans first interacted with nature, the prehistoric period reveals a great deal about how humanity began to shape the world around it. The scope of the prehistoric period is vast. It covers all of human history before the invention of writing. If we break it down into different phases based on archaeological findings, we get a clearer picture of how long this era lasts and what key milestones occurred. Here are the major stages. First is the Stone Age. The Stone Age is the longest phase in prehistory. It's so named because early humans made tools and weapons primarily from stone. The Stone Age is further divided into three sub-periods: Paleolithic, Old Stone Age. This is the earliest and longest phase. Early humans like the Homo habilis and Homo erectus relied on simple stone tools and were primarily hunter-gatherers. During this period, humans first learned how to make fire, which was a revolutionary phase where humans began to adapt to changes in climate and environment. People began to experiment with more specialized tools and started fishing and domesticating small animals. The Mesolithic era saw the development of microliths, tiny sharp tools that were often used as part of composite tools. Neolithic, New Stone Age. The Neolithic Revolution was a game changer. It's the period when humans began practicing agriculture, domesticating animals, and settling into permanent communities. This shift from a nomadic to a sedentary lifestyle led to the formation of villages and eventually cities. Neolithic people developed more advanced tools, pottery, and even the early forms of social organization. Second is the Bronze Age. While the Stone Age deals with tools made from stones, the Bronze Age marks the first time humans began making tools and weapons out of metal, particularly bronze, a mix of copper and tin. This era brought significant changes, including advances in agriculture, the rise of trade, and the formation of more complex societies. The Bronze Age is also when early writing systems began to appear in places like Mesopotamia, signaling the end of prehistory in these regions. Third is the Iron Age. Following the Bronze Age, the Iron Age saw the widespread use of iron for tools and weapons. This period witnessed further advancements in technology and social organization. Societies began to form kingdoms and empires, and the development of writing became more widespread in different parts of the world. By this time, prehistory in many areas transitioned into recorded history as writing became more common. How do we study prehistory? Since there are no written records to guide us through prehistoric times, we rely heavily on various scientific methods to reconstruct what life was like. Here are the key methods used by scientists and archaeologists. Firstly, archaeology. This is the study of human history through excavation and analysis of material remains, like tools, pottery, and ancient buildings. Archaeologists dig up ancient sites and carefully study what they find to piece together the lifestyle, technology, and culture of past human societies. Secondly, paleontology. Paleontologists study fossils, remains of plants, animals, and early humans. Fossils give us clues about what prehistoric creatures lived alongside early humans and how human ancestors evolved. Third is anthropology. Anthropologists focus on understanding human culture and evolution. They often study skeletal remains to learn about early human health, diet, and physical development. By studying the bones and other physical evidence of early humans, anthropologists have been able to trace the evolution of Homo sapiens from earlier species. Fourth is geology. Geologists play a crucial role in understanding prehistory by studying the Earth's layers known as strata. They use these layers to date artifacts and fossils through methods like carbon dating or stratigraphy, the study of rock layers. Last, we have genetics. Modern genetic studies, particularly DNA analysis, have also provided key insights into prehistoric populations. By studying ancient DNA, often extracted from bones or teeth, scientists can trace the movement and migration patterns of ancient human populations. Let's see the key highlights of prehistory. Taking a look at early human ancestors. Prehistory also includes the period when early hominins such as Australopithecus, Homo habilis, and Homo erectus walked the earth. Over millions of years, these ancestors evolved into Homo sapiens, the species to which modern humans belong. Moving on to human evolution. Prehistory teaches us about the gradual evolution of humans from ape-like creatures to intelligent beings capable of creating tools, art, and culture. This slow but sure progression is central to understanding how humanity arrived at its present state. Exploring the role of tools. Early humans began to use simple tools to hunt, gather, build, and protect themselves. Over time, tool-making became more sophisticated, leading to the development of weapons, farming implements, and other technologies that changed the way humans interacted with the world. Next is the cave art. One of the most fascinating aspects of prehistoric culture is the appearance of cave paintings. These early forms of art found in caves like those at Lascaux in France provide valuable insights into the spiritual and symbolic lives of early humans. To conclude, prehistory is a broad and deeply important subject because it covers the most formative periods of human development before the invention of writing. By studying the tools, fossils, and artifacts left behind, we gain insight into how early humans lived, adapted to their environment, and evolved over time. It's through the lens of prehistory that we come to understand the roots of civilization, culture, technology, and even our own identities. While there's still so much to discover, the evidence we've uncovered so far paints a remarkable picture of the long journey that brought us to where we are today.